but it's
Perfect.
going to be. It's nothing bad happened, you know. But it was just a routine, you know. I need to go and see her twice a year.
Mhm.
The
See
one in
who?
April is the one
Right.
that she does all the blood work.
Oh, your doctor?
Yeah. Yeah. Which I'm grateful that I do that because I don't want to end up like Oliver. So
Hey, I might as well say something here. I posted it on all the Facebook groups. I'm 21 years cancer-free from colon cancer,
congrats.
and I
I
just
saw that.
had my colonoscopy on last Thursday. So if you haven't had one yet, the recommended age is like 40 now.
Really?
Yeah, because people under 50 are getting it.
I did mine 6 years ago, so I don't know. Have another one to 4 years from now.
Really? 10 years?
Mhm.
Yeah, I need another one soon.
I'm afraid of the drug that they give you, the
Oh,
anesthesia.
There's no
Oh,
drugs.
it's not.
They give you like either paracetamol or Versed.
The what propofol.
Yes, propofol, and
Hey,
both
come
of
on.
them.
It's out, it's in and out. It's like I was out for like 35 minutes and they did an endoscopy and a colonoscopy. And then they wake you up immediately afterwards. They interrupted a good dream.
My mother has Alzheimer's, and I just worry about anesthetics.
They can do it without an anesthetic.
My sister looked it up, and apparently around the world they do, but here only 1%. So you can't just get it that way.
You know, the thing is called insurance. They had to do based on things in their insurance and malpractice. So they have to cover the asses.
Mhm.
Well, is that what a colonoscopy is for?
Right.
Now, when I do my colonoscopy, I need to do also an upper. So they have to make sure that I still need to take my esophagus not going back. So,
The worst part is the prep, though.
yeah, but if you do it, you know, I think if you start eating like the week before, you know, eat no meat, and you start eating stuff that's digestible friendly for your body, it's not that bad.
Well, no, because we had to drink like a gallon of that mag citrate.
It's
Yeah, I
different.
know that makes you go to the bathroom like crazy, but if you have
No, just getting it down was gagging me.
No, it's different now. You can use Gatorade now.
Yeah, that's what I did. I used Gatorade.
I mean, it was actually, it tasted good. You mix.
It was painless.
It's supposed to be like Gatorade, but it was
No.
horrible.
No, you can actually use real Gatorade.
Yeah, real Gatorade. What do you mix in with it? What is it called?
Magnesium citrate is the
Bourbon.
No.
Bourbon.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Starts
It didn't
with
bother me. I did the Gatorade and the stuff, and
Yeah.
you know, if you want something that would be good, might be good for you, is to do juicing for a few days beforehand, like a week. I need to do it anyway because I need to lose a lot of weight in a short period of time.
How about those? How about those art fairs?
Come here.
There's ice balls all over it with water.
What art fairs?
This
I
guy
said, how about
says
those art
if
fairs?
you're doing a colonoscopy, mix Gatorade with bourbon.
Yeah.
That was a joke. I wasn't serious.
It probably makes me feel better.
Well, I consider it too cold for art fairs right now, even going to them.
Well, I'm scheduled to do one on Saturday, and it looks like it calls for drizzly snow. So by Friday, they will, if it's still like this, they'll cancel it. But you know, if it's like 35 degrees or more, they'll have it go. But you know, it's
That's
like
when you
it's such
start
a
looking for indoor shows.
what?
When you start looking for indoor shows.
Well, this is this artist market that I do that goes March to December, and the good thing about it is we see a lot of people. I mean, you know, it's in a short period of time, but yeah, I don't know what it'll be by Friday, but they do cancel if, I mean, there's no point if it's drizzling and snowing, nobody's going to be out there.
Right.
And so right now I just kind of wait and see what happens.
Even
I mean,
cold.
I really, yeah, I really need to make some money, but as long as it's sunny out, it gets pretty warm here. But yeah, I'm mixed about it. I didn't want to cancel it either because it's the Thanksgiving one.
That might be good.
So-
If, hopefully it goes and the weather's good because it's small business day also. So
Right.
if you got
Although I
everything-
always wonder. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, it should be good if it happens.
Unless it's, you know, snow drizzling.
Okay. Here's the thing for the colonoscopy, it's Miralax. And
Right.
you mix it with Gatorade. And that's the standard for that procedure now. And then you take 2 Docalux tablets.
Right. That's what I had. It's good cleansing anyway.
Well, yeah,
No, it really is.
I know. I know. And actually, because I wasn't eating all day, I sipped apple juice all day, and that kept my blood sugar from going too low. God, all this.
Yeah. I need to make an appointment.
Looks like
Teresa's
Teresa
falling
fell asleep.
Almost. It's been one of those crazy days.
God, I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. I worked straight through till noon.
Yeah, well, I was up at 6 and I got home 3 o'clock.
Doing what? She's
There's
out.
always something going on.
And I just got a box of jewelry to shoot. But now I'll do it tomorrow morning.
Oh, it came.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
just a few minutes ago. He
So
apologized. What?
did people have you photograph more than the necessary amount?
I offered a photograph more than the necessary amount.
Right. It's a good idea.
And then they could pick, and then they only
Mhm.
have to pay for the ones that get finished.
Oh, that's nice. Because yeah, not everything is photogenic, even if it's a really good piece.
That's right. And this way you can see which pieces go together the best.
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course, you really need, some shows want 4, some 5, and on the rare occasion, some shows
Now,
want
there's
6.
only one show that wants 5 and one that wants 6.
Not just one.
Besides Des Moines, name one.
One of them that I applied to, and it wasn't Des Moines, wanted 5. Could be Old Town, maybe. I have to look.
No.
No?
Nope.
Okay, so
Lakefront is 6.
I didn't
Lakefront's the
apply
only
to
one that I know
Lakefront.
is 6.
What?
I didn't apply to
Alright.
Lakefront, but there's one that's 5 that I applied to, and which one is it? Could it be Brookside?
No.
No, I
Alright.
don't think so.
All right. And then I do think that maybe Smithsonian wants 5 also. I'm not applying, but
Yeah, me
but
neither.
yeah, there are some, and I'm definitely not applying to Philadelphia because it's election right at the election.
And it's Philadelphia.
Well, I like Philadelphia as a city.
Yeah, me too. If I was flying in and just having fun.
Right.
You
Well,
know,
I mean,
I'm not a fan of car horn beeping, and Philadelphia is the car beeping capital of of North America.
That's because
Is
you
it
live
really?
in a small town, Barry. There's nothing wrong with that.
Says you.
it's just the sounds of the city.
Oh, come on. You guys are whining over there.
I just said it's just the sounds of the city.
Yeah. I'm trying to
Well,
figure it out.
Barry grew up in a big city. He knows.
Yeah, but it's been a long time since I've been gone. I still maintain some of that cityness, urban thing, but
So do I.
you know. Well,
Yeah,
now that I have a
Never
real
really.
vehicle,
it's funny when if I tell people I'm from Pittsburgh, they say, "Oh, is that a Pittsburgh accent?" I said, "No, it's New York." Okay, so I
Bethesda,
got 1, 2, 3,
Allison.
4, 5, 6,
Yep.
7.
Bethesda's the other one with 5.
Pardon?
Bethesda is the other one with 5.
I applied to something with 5.
Bethesda?
Yeah,
I didn't apply to.
Not that I know of. 4
I
plus.
can tell you because I got the application in front of me.
Okay.
I
All right,
I
I'll
think
look.
the more images, the better.
No,
Yes.
Well,
no.
Well, that's because Oscar, you only have 3 good images, so that's why you say that. You need to have 5 good
No.
images. And
That's your opinion. I got a bunch of good images. The question is, do you have a set of good images that good look together? Which is different than having 4 good images or 5 good images or 10 good images. The 10 good images will look good together.
it
That's
just
the
occurred to
question.
me. Why would a photographer without good images that should be that's ridiculous. That's like an oxymoron.
It's an oxymoron, exactly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
No, it's just like, the things that with the jury process, you have to have a cohesive body of work.
Yeah, well, how hard is that?
Oh,
If you're
it's harder
good,
than you think.
it's no. It's a sign of profession that you've arrived, that you're a professional, that you have a vision.
No, it means that you might be starving to death. That's what that means.
Oh, please.
That's what
That's
I'm
that
gonna
yeah,
look. I'm curious to know which one has 5 that I applied to, but it's just taking a while to open.
Let me see.
I mean, I haven't applied to too many yet.
Oh, you
Could
don't
it
want
be
to know how many
Pearl?
I got application onto my ass. Sorry.
Ah. Speaking of colonoscopies,
Let me see. Old Town, I think it's Old Town is 5 actually.
oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And no booth because they don't do booth image.
Right.
I like that.
But I think like the indoor craft fairs ask for 5, maybe.
I'm trying to think about. Yeah, Yeah, I think those are the only ones. It's rare. I don't see that many with 5. That's the more than I thought.
Well, anyway, it throws a little monkey wrench in it, you know, because you have your 4,
Yeah, and then
And
you have to
then-
come up with the 5th one.
right? So in the beginning, like when I'm, you know, deciding what images to use, I'll do both 4 and 5. I'll have them all set up in the beginning. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then, you know, of course, there's the choices with the artist statement: 100 words, 200
Characters.
It's not an artist statement.
characters.
That's not an artist statement.
Yeah.
Right, I agree. And
God, you know, I hate that people mix that up.
That's because they have nothing to compare it to.
That's because they don't have the education to know the
No,
difference.
So-
but they don't have
No.
anything to compare it to because on Zap it says materials and process.
Yeah. That's
But
called
you know-
English. You
Right.
read it, you
But-
understand it, you write it.
No,
but
I think
on there is a one show, Art in the Pearl, they asked for a separate artist statement.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's several that do that.
And that's a
But
good
Larry,
thing.
at the
I agree.
beginning, they wasn't calling that like an artist statement. They changed that to materials and technique. I think in the last 5 years.
I think it's been that way forever.
No, I think there was they call it before artist statement, and then they changed it in the last 5 years to more like a materials and technique. Because I didn't. If you guys wouldn't brought it up, I was not thinking about it. Because that's what it used to be. That's the problem. We usually go an autopilot while we're doing the SAP thing, and we're not thinking. That's my opinion. So, but I'm trying to figure out which is the show to show.
I just got 8 necklaces and a bracelet.
Does the bracelet match one of the necklaces?
And they're all silver with stones. I mean, it's nice work. I photographed this stuff before.
So is
And
that
probably-
for your career as a rapper?
What?
Is that for your new career as a rapper?
Who? Whose career?
I
Yeah,
gotta.
Are the necklaces for your new career as a rapper?
Oh, yeah, you're supposed to wear them all at the same time.
Right.
Right.
Oh. One more show to wait, and I will be happy. And I can start worrying about April.
Why? Do you ever apply to Oklahoma City?
No, that I cannot be gone for that much.
You could have, that could be a killer show for you.
I know.
Don't take your
Next
black
year.
and white.
What?
Don't take your black and white. It won't sell in Oklahoma City.
No, I know. That I know.
Hey, wait a minute.
Is that the show that was 6 days long?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
now 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shortened it.
To 4
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you know, Paul Schatz was on here before, you know, when I was in Hilton Head, you know, he got
Right.
on.
Right.
Yeah.
Paul did, I don't know, 15,000 at Oklahoma City with his black and white photography.
Yeah. When?
Well, that's true. That's maybe 5 years ago. So it's irrelevant because anything over 3 years doesn't count.
No, I can't talk about my history there.
Well, you can talk about it, but it's irrelevant. And it's not you. It's not personal. It's
No, I
just that's
know.
the way it is.
The last time I did it was 1996, 5.
Larry, if it was up to me, we'd go back to those days the way it
I
was.
know.
No, I think that if I do it, I know that my friend Steve Worker does really good in there, and if he does really good in there, much chances I would do really good in there also.
He's
So-
selling those $40 prints that he does the night before.
That's fine. I'm happy to sell those. Who cares?
Yeah. He also sells more expensive stuff too.
You know.
Is he still doing it?
Mm-hmm. He did it last year.
And then you can
Barry,
tie
I
it
would
in.
like, I'd be interested to know what his matter was on his black and white, because I've done it twice with 2 different bodies of work, actually 3, and it's never sold any time.
It's land.
Like 7 or 8 years ago.
It's landscape photography. He learned photography from
Ansel Adams.
no, what's his name from the Everglades?
Clyde.
Clyde.
Clyde, yes. He worked Clyde taught him everything he knows. Everything that Paul knows, not everything that Clyde knows.
Doesn't mean anything.
And he worked for him for a number of years. So it's that kind of influence. It's different than what you do, Court. You have a message that probably goes over everybody's head in Oklahoma City. No offense to people in Oklahoma. And Paul does land, stuff they can put on their walls.
In Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Anyone selling anything this time of year?
I'm
No.
just doing our installations, and I might have 2 clients that might buy something from me.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
I have a gallery order that should have been done 2 weeks ago.
Ah,
But it doesn't really matter because it really needs to be delivered in March or April.
oh, so it's not a holiday thing.
Well, they have 2 galleries. One's closed, and the other one they have enough work. They're not going to miss anything. So, if I get it done and deliver it, in a couple of weeks, then I won't get an order for March or April. So, it's the same order.
I see.
If they get it now, they might sell a little more, but then, but it's for 2 galleries, and
Mhm.
You should get the money when you can, Barry, and just hold to it.
yeah.
You have a band to pay now.
Yeah, I got that covered.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you know what? My first payment, well, yeah, I put a lot down, so it isn't much money that it's less than $200 a month that is my payments. And the first one is until December 25th. So we're only talking about one payment before I have a cash flow again.
2 payments.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, technically 2 payments. January 25th is no, wait a minute. I'm doing what am I doing? New Smyrna Beach.
I'll
That
tell you
weekend.
what. I'll tell you now.
You are doing that, Oscar, right?
No, I got rejected.
Oh God. That worries me.
No, that's after images is after it's the 26th. So you got 2
Oh.
payments.
Okay.
No, I'm fine with my schedule. I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm good with it.
You'll be all right.
So you didn't pay
Nerd.
cash for it,
What?
Barry?
What?
You didn't pay cash for the van?
I paid let's see, 70%. I could have paid for the whole thing, but I still wanted a cushion. So I financed some of it. Best thing about it is I found out what my credit score is. It's excellent.
You got 850?
Not quite.
Okay, so it's no excellent, it's just good enough.
No. There's it's in that category where there's an excellent category. There's good and then there's excellent.
You know, the ironic thing, because of how we make our living, and we don't have regular paychecks, with certain things, it's harder to actually get money.
It is.
So there's no system for people like us, basically.
Yeah, it's always a worry, that they're gonna go, well, we see you don't have an income, so we're not giving you any money.
Even though you could show a whole career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what is that noise?
What the hell
Somebody
is that?
needs to mute. Somebody needs to mute themselves.
Okay, it's muted.
Thank you.
The back in the 80s, with my second wife, we bought a house and we paid cash for it
Hmm.
because the money came from the art shows.
Right.
I don't think you would have been able to now. At least not here in California.
Well, I wouldn't want to now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Interest rates are ridiculous now again.
Also, when the interest rates were low here, I mean, my son bought a condo and it was 510,000, 2-bedroom.
It's about average over here.
Yeah, that's
How many
condo,
square?
still has to
How
pay
many
monthly.
How many square feet?
Great.
I don't know how many square feet. I didn't ask or I don't remember, but he has to pay HOA fees.
Right.
Yeah, I was talking to my sister about that. There was a 950 North Michigan. The HOA for the guy was $3,500 a month.
Woo.
So, Oscar, I was going to ask you, you said one of your clients wants to buy some of your pieces?
2 actually,
Yeah. 2 pieces or 2 clients?
2 clients.
Okay. Do you give them a discount on installation?
If they buy it, I hang it for free.
Yeah,
That's reasonable.
of
Yeah.
course.
That's a good deal. That's a good thing.
It's a
Yeah.
good deal too.
No, I
Something
do
nice
that.
to offer without
I do
giving a
that
discount
also.
to your work.
Yeah, I do that with anybody. When I'm in Florida, I offer that. When I'm in Chicago, I offer that.
Mm-hmm. It's goodwill.
It's not goodwill. It's also a way for me to make sure that the lab is doing the work right.
And whoever's hanging it is doing the work right.
Yeah, I know
Right.
me. So, no, I'm doing. I do that as much as I can. Like if I get to the 4 shows I got in Texas, I might offer in there for the first 2.
You doing 4 shows in Texas?
If I get into 04.
Okay. Cottonwood and South Lake. What else?
La Fiesta and Woodlands.
What
Oh
about
yeah.
Main Street?
What?
What about Main Street?
I got rejected.
Oh,
Oh,
too.
we
you're
used to
kidding.
do Main Street and Oklahoma City back to back.
I don't know if I can do that, to be honest with you. That would be like doing 10 shows in a row.
And then there's Brookside.
What?
May's pretty solid. Brookside, Artisphere, and Belleville, Illinois.
Yeah,
How was that
you
Belleville
know,
show?
it's really conservative crowd, Belleville.
Ah.
Really, really conservative. It's really traditional looking stuff.
It's St. Louis, though.
Yeah, but it's not. It's more.
I didn't find that to be true. I know. What do I know?
Patty Gregory is the mayor now in Belleville.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I haven't gotten in ever since she left the show.
Yeah, so I applied again against my better judgment. Hopefully, I get in. I would like
I
to get
applied
one
again
more time.
also.
Yeah, I only came close once. I was
To
on
which show?
the list. Belleville.
Belleville.
I
Yeah.
like the show.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, some people rate it as the top show in the country. Some rate Fort Worth as the top show in the country.
there's some people. The guy that was next to me, Steve, did really good in Belleville. Really, really good. I don't know how much he was selling his painting, but he did really, really good. It's and I forgot the name of the guy that they did. He's always behind me in Coconut Grove. That does the glass. That has the yellow walls. So he also did good in that show. Plus, he won an award. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know, ideal situation will be to do South Lake, Brookside, go to South Carolina, and come back to do R in the Square. But we'll see what happens. You know, the applications are out, and everything from there on is whatever happens. I'm not going to stress out about it.
Yeah, me neither. I probably get rejected from everything except maybe South Lake and Cottonwood. And those are the ones I don't want to do. I want to do the other ones.
Well, if you don't have nothing else in May, it might not be a bad idea to just do this too.
Well, yeah, it really depends because I need time to make stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to dawdle around in Florida after March 1st. It all depends on what happens in April and May as to how long I stay. Because I kind of want to, I want to stick around for Winter Park. If I get into any of those shows, April and May, I'll leave and go and come back and work because I need that time.
Well, for me, after Naples, downtown Naples answer, that will determine how long I'm going to stay.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm staying until Winter Park, and then after that, I'm coming. If Naples National answer, then I will stay one more week. If not, I will come back after Winter
Oh yeah,
Park.
you're doing Art in the Oaks, Under the Oaks.
Under the Oaks, yeah.
I've never done it.
Supposed to be really good from what I heard, but
I heard that was a conservative crowd.
I know. We'll see.
Well, your work's conservative.
It's a conservative work with a modern look. If they have the same taste in Texas, that should be fine.
Hey, Mr. Boy.
And I didn't finish the Rob Matthews podcast. He put me to sleep.
Who?
Oh, I liked it. His stories were really great.
Oh God.
Who was it this week?
The most recent podcast, Rod Matthews, he does 2D concrete work, concrete and glass.
Oh, I like his work. Don't get me wrong, but I was just going I would try to finish it. I think I blame that on Will.
Mm-hmm.
It's
What's
so
funny
Will's
is
fault.
we were both in the same cooperative gallery in Berkeley, and the director would always talk about him and his wife and they at the time made these concrete benches, and I never met him until like years later on the road. So
Well, I'm hoping October was a
anomaly.
What's that?
An anomaly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was looking for that word.
How about oxymoron?
I don't think so. I don't think that's what he means, right?
No,
I know.
it was for me. It was slow, and what
Yeah.
everybody. I read, I didn't read any posts where somebody said, "Oh, really great." I read, not so good.
Usually this
most of
usually
the
this
people
time
said, no, sorry, go ahead, Addison.
that's all right. Usually at this time of year, I have some, not many orders, but some, but they're usually major type pieces.
Mhm.
And it's been bupkis.
Bupkas?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
You should be
Nobody's
getting guys coming to buy jewelry for their wives.
no, it's not really that kind of, I mean, I may get one person like that, but it's generally not a thing. But usually I have some, I send out an email and I usually get some action from that, but
Mhm.
it's been very quiet.
Did I get this right? You never really do well during this season?
So I do fine during this season usually, but it's not the big season that people think jewelry is. Neither is Valentine's Day. That's not, it's more, spread out through the year. And, if people usually come out of the woodwork, I've been thinking about this for, 2 years, and now I want you to make me something, and that kind of thing. And yeah, it's been really quiet.
I was thinking about you. One of my clients she's a headhunter for corporations. She say that things are definitely slowed down, but it's not as bad as people think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
don't know if that makes you
there's the psychological factor, I suppose too. I mean,
mm-hmm.
and that might be, what I'm dealing with. But I'm bummed about the weather for Saturday because I would like to be out there. But yeah, usually, I'm very good with my emails, and the last email I saw had a very good open rate, and people click through and all that, but nothing. So I just put my work in a gallery. So hopefully it's a good time of year to do that. So hopefully she'll sell something.
If she shows it, you'll get your portion of sales.
I hope. Too early to know right now.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people, this is the first time that they put the Christmas stuff for Home Depot, and I'm looking at the tools, and I'm
Very
going to
early.
myself saying, I don't need any of that stuff, so I don't even know buying. Even the deals are really good, but it's nothing that I really need. So,
And then a lot of Black Friday deals, over the last week.
Mm-hmm.
mm,
I got a phone holder for my van.
Oh, I've been getting Black Friday ads for at least a month, maybe.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's been a long time.
The term doesn't really mean anything anymore.
Right. And the other thing is Black Friday, people are looking for deals, not buying art. But hopefully it'll put them into the mood.
I'm running a sale on my website. I said thank you for the support for the year. So
Are you doing that now, or
yeah, it's going right now.
so how come you
So
wouldn't?
I'm,
Let me ask you your decision to do it now rather than in, say, January.
January, I'm in Florida, and January is
I
Florida
can
used to
answer
be
that.
35% of my income. So I cannot be doing sales at that time of the year because I'm doing art shows down there. The only time I don't doing shows officially now is November, December. Every
Okay.
other
Yeah.
month I'm doing something.
I can answer that question.
Yeah.
Generally, after Christmas, after the 25th, that's when you run. You have that week. You can run sales that week, and then into, and then if you didn't want to do that, then the first week or two of January. But
Mhm.
after that, it's over because of the, at least up, north, or where it's cold. There's nothing except that, unless you have something to sell for Valentine's Day.
So then let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So people have sales before Christmas these days, even though you could presume that, customers will buy at Christmas if they're planning on buying anyway. Okay, so there's that. And then second thing is, so you have a sale, and once the sale is over, now the people who maybe were going to buy, like I always feel like they're going to feel bad now.
Because they didn't buy it
Because
at the price.
right, and so now the value maybe has gone down.
Actually, the pitch, and I wouldn't say that, I wouldn't necessarily use this, but you buy for other people before the 25th, and then you buy for yourself after the 25th.
But what about the whole thing of people feeling bad because they bought something at retail and then you had a sale?
And that's the problem.
Right. So
You know?
I order coffee beans from this place in Shasta, California, and the day after I ordered, they had 15% off. And it's not that much money because it's not a big sale, but still, it's like, well, I would have liked to have gotten that 15% off.
Did you ask him for it?
I didn't, but he probably would have given it to me now that I think about it.
You know what? When I order the metal prints, I learned now they do 3 sales a year, 3 or 4 sales a year.
Yeah.
So when I know that's about to hit the sales, I wait until Monday at 10 o'clock before I place the orders.
Right.
Because the sale doesn't get announced until 8 o'clock. I know morning after they open.
Uh-huh.
And when that happened, I call them. If I place the order before, I call the lab and they give me the discount.
Right, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I feel uncomfortable with sales, and during COVID, I had them with a group. So, I mean, because I could see a customer saying, "Oh, I missed it," and then it's the day after, or what about if it's 3 weeks after? And so I just worry about these things, and then as far as the value of the work. So, I always contemplate. I offer free shipping, and I don't know. I kind of go back and forth in my mind. It would be nice to have some movement, but anytime I've had sales, I'm not very popular. So,
Well, if they make you uncomfortable and you don't do well anyway, then don't have a sale.
yeah, that's a decision you have to
right.
make on your own.
Yeah.
I just do it more like my sale is more like a thank you for the support for the year.
Right.
Because most likely next year the prices are going to go up again.
Right.
Because everything went up again.
Folks, I gotta go. I'm about to have to drive shortly.
Okay. See you later.
All right,
Okay.
Court. Have a good one.
But
Court has that NAIA thing later.
Yeah, we got an NAIA happy hour tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time. So hopefully
And
I'll
there's
see
a link
some,
for it, and there's a link for it where, Court?
link in the NAIA Facebook forum, art fair review,
Perfect.
pack group. So we'll see everyone later.
Take care.
Yeah, be good.
So yeah, anyway, I have certain pieces that I might have for years before they sell. So that's the other reason why I'm just so, hesitant and it's not, I mean, look, if I could have a sale and, sell 5 pieces, that would be great. But I'm afraid of any fallout.
The way I see that, Allison, if you have pieces that have been sitting in there for more than 1 year,
It's the nature of my pieces, though. So it's not like I have these one-of-a-kind necklaces that just are waiting for their person. It's not, do you know what I'm saying? It's the nature of my business. It's like, a painting might take a long time to sell. There was somebody on here, I forgot her name, last week, and she wants to sell everything in a year. For me, like I spend like 4 months on this bracelet, which is almost done, and it could sell in a month. It could sell in a year and a half. I just don't know, but it's really the nature of my
the question
work.
is, any piece that you think you feel like it's an old piece that you say that's been sitting in there, in your opinion, for too long, those are the ones that you put these items are on sale for X amount of days and see somebody buys them. Like anything that you have sitting in there for what you think is being too long, you can put a sale in those only. You could do a side to sell.
People aren't going to just, it's the big pieces that take a long time to sell and take a long time to make, because they're just not kind of an everyday sort of thing. So, and I don't necessarily want to discount them because of, they're good showpieces to have in my booth and all the labor involved and all that. So
Yeah, those you wouldn't discount, except that you might, if somebody was really interested in it and he really wanted to sell it right at that moment, you might give him something off as an incentive to sell it, but then you might not want to do that.
So I once had this bracelet, big bracelet, and this woman, she kept saying, oh, I'll see you at the next show, see you at the next show. And then I think I saw her then at Cherry Creek, and her husband came and they asked for a discount. I said, here's what I'm giving you. I had to make the bracelet larger. I will not charge you. I had to make a whole nother set of links with stones. And I said, I will not charge you to make the bracelet larger. And it's work and it's money, and I'll give you free shipping. And you could just put down a deposit. You don't have to pay for the whole thing. So they never bought it. And then I was at a show. The husband called me and asked about it again and asked for a discount. And I said, I'm already giving you these things, which are, it's my labor and material costs. I'm giving them to make it larger. And he said, but that wasn't, I said you could pay it off. He said, that's not the issue. It's just not in our budget. So they had a certain budget and they wanted me to fit that budget. And I wasn't willing to, because these bracelets take 4 months to make, and it's so much work. And what I did is I realized, what, I should just raise the price because it's so much work. I raised the price, and and I did sell it eventually. So, I mean, the one-of-a-kind pieces sell eventually. It's just the right person. But I felt tormented by them. They kept asking for a discount, and I was already, so if I gave them a discount, then I could, I suppose, just have charged them that amount to create the next set of pieces to make it larger. But it was really, thought it was really obnoxious because they kept asking me, and I'm very stubborn. And I sold it anyway. But, it did make me realize that some of my prices have to go up. But some of it is also how you ask, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Like for some people, it's a game.
The problem is you can't tell who's gaming you and who's just really wants to has a budget.
Yeah, but it was a $6,000 bracelet. So what was their buy? I mean,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, right. What was their budget?
right. I didn't ask. It was
That's
very obnoxious.
5,700.
Right.
They probably
for
wanted a
me,
huge discount.
I mean, for me, if it's a couple $100, that's a big difference. For them, it's just their gift budget or whatever.
Or their
I mean,
social security.
Yeah.
more like their dividends that they get or
Yeah,
something
I
like
know.
Yeah,
that.
right. No, for that month. That
Right, for that
monthly.
month.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Half
My
now and
my
half in
favorite
30 days.
and my favorite story is they were in my booth and he goes, you can buy any piece you want, and she buys it was like a couple $100 piece, and she asked me for a deal, and I said, okay, you can have you can have you don't have to pay tax. I'll eat the tax.
Mhm.
They walk away, and the guy that was with the two of them said, you're so lucky to make that sale. That guy was the head lawyer for Exxon Mobil, and he lives in a 20-room mansion, and I'm going, yeah, great. I'm supposed to feel good because
Right.
I see him.
That's
Because
yeah,
he gave him the deal.
What an asshole,
that's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
And the taxes that we pay benefit the roads, that they need as a company. I mean, that's sickening.
I didn't even look at that. That's true. That's right.
I
Amazing.
mean, all these companies, they think they shouldn't have to pay taxes because they do so much for our society. All the roads the trucks drive on, the infrastructure, the what else? There's a lot of things.
They hold towns ransom because we'll employ all those, we'll hire all these people to work there, and the places are, you have to almost accept that because there will be some place that will say, okay, we'll give you tax breaks. So if you want
Right.
their business, you gotta do that, and they work it. It's so common, but they're the ones that should be paying the taxes.
Right. Of course.
Allison, what they don't want to pay really is they pay taxes regardless, What they don't want to pay is the other 6% in Social Security, the other 1.5% for Medicare. That's what they don't want to pay.
Well, Social Security and Medicare are very good things. So,
Yeah, but they don't want they most of the companies they complain about that, and that's what the Republicans don't say is that they don't want to pay that 7.5 extra. They
Right.
think that should be all the employee should pay for all that. It should
keeps
not
people
be
out of
that.
poverty.
No, you're missing what I'm saying. It's like
No, they think the employees should pay it.
yeah, they should. Like we pay the 12% in
Yes,
Social Security
yes.
tax.
Yeah.
When you work for somebody, you only pay 6%.
Right.
So they think that the employee should not, the employer should not pay that extra tax. That's what they complain about. Everything else, they, said right off, and they go to, it's a profit business, So they're going to do whatever they can to reduce the amount of anything that they can.
This is why I don't understand why we don't have universal health care. It would be better for businesses that, instead of businesses carrying health care
Except for businesses in the healthcare industry and the people that they hire to, what do you call it?
The lobbyists.
The lobbyists, yeah.
Right. But it would be better for, Exxon and whatever other company if there was universal health care, making us more competitive.
Well, it would take healthcare out of the equation.
Right.
Single payer, it's called.
Well, currently it's called Medicare, and it's a really great
Well,
system.
right, but that's only
Works
for
for me.
people over a certain age.
I
Yeah.
am aware.
Yeah, right now my health insurance going up again next year. So, and I'm not getting any extra benefits. Actually, I'm losing benefits. So I'm going to shop around tomorrow over the Thanksgiving weekend.
Well, you missed the window to switch.
No,
I
you
thought the
still have
window's
time.
open.
No, it's not. It's you got another like 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
open till I think January 1st. I just
Yeah.
spoke with an expert on Medicare about my mother's stuff.
Yeah. I don't have to switch. I just want to see if there's something better.
Mhm.
So we don't know. So you doing anything in April, Allison? You apply anything in April?
Just let's see. Just the local artist market. It starts in March. By
Mhm.
April, it gets, to be pretty nice out. And I'm teaching in January and either February or March on an online class.
Mhm.
And then, see what else. I mean, so usually throughout the year, people contact me and, all the shows that I've done and whatever, they're people come through after the fact. And so, but it's random, I can't count on it. And so, hopefully something will come through like that as well. But, otherwise maybe I'll have more classes. I don't know.
So why you apply for May then?
Brookside. And then if I get into Brookside, I will teach a class in Tulsa on the way there. And it's then if I teach in Tulsa, it's not a long, maybe it's 6 hours from there to Brookside, if that, I think. So it eliminates a hotel. And yeah, but I'm planning on doing a bunch of the artist markets. April and May, when I have a log of each show I do, and so it seems like spring and fall are the best, just in general.
Okay. That's because there are more people in the area.
Well, not necessarily. When there's the major events like Indian Market, the artist market really isn't good because everyone is at Indian Market and it's just a short period of time. So I think people are always just visiting here, and those seem to be times of year where the weather is good. And I mean, the weather's often good, but it's not necessarily people, out looking for gifts.
Mhm.
They often will buy something for themselves.
Yeah.
So
We'll see what happens.
exactly.
So after that's just Cherry Creek and that's it? In your mind?
No. Let's see. I did end up applying to Old Town.
Okay.
And let's see, Cherry Creek, that's July. Sun Valley, Park City, Sun Valley, and then Bend. I won an award last year. And are in the Pearl or like, again, I don't know how, like if I should apply to St. Louis or not, or, but
Just apply. You don't have to. This is the thing that I tell people. Just apply, because apply doesn't mean that you're going to get in. And even if you get in,
Right.
doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily apply if you got the intention of doing it. But
mhm.
you know,
It's what I don't want to do is that trip from Portland to St. Louis. I really, it's just too much in a short period of time.
I agree with you with that. So that's the only reason why I might not do that. I might not apply to that. I think that I'm going to apply to just. I don't even know if I'm going to apply to Park City. I might just suck it up and just do Uptown, fly Morning Glory again, and
Yeah, for you, it's a long way. For me, Park City is it's 10 hours.
yeah.
So, and it's a gorgeous drive.
Yeah, I'd like to do those, except it's really far.
It is really far for you, yeah. And then Sun Valley is like, I think it's 4.5 hours from Park City.
Are they all around the same time?
Well,
Yeah, it's one after another one, basically.
yeah. So Park City and Crested Butte are the same weekend, and Sun Valley is the weekend after. And Sun Valley is one of those shows that, a lot of people call them a filler show, but
It's a fat filler.
I seem to do well there. Sometimes I do great, sometimes I do okay. But it's a very very slow show, but it's the right people. No riffraff there. And it's easy. The hours are, I don't know, 10 to 5, 10 to 6, very easy hours, 3 days. Those are my favorite because you can really just put all your energy out, and then in the evening you can have a civilized dinner and be ready for the next day. I'm not convinced that more hours turn into more sales. Except, well, Cherry Creek goes till 8 o'clock, which is not that bad. And it's because it's summer, people are out. In the middle of the day, if it gets too hot, they don't come out. But that's only 5.5 hours from me. So I really hope I get in. It used to be 2.5 days.
Are you consider like the one in, because of the same weekend of Des Moines? It's the Salt Lake show.
Oh, yeah, no.
You should give it a try.
They're 10-hour, I think it's 10-hour days, and it's a big party. I've known some people who've done it before. It doesn't sound like Jazz Fest. The Jazz Fest, if I were to get in, doesn't sound like it's for me either. Although that might be interesting to try. But shows that are really Fort Worth. It's a beautiful show. I have no complaints about Fort Worth, but it never panned out for me. I just, given all the work and all the people that you see and the long hours, it just didn't seem worth it. And yet other people clean up at that show.
The one in Salt Lake starts at noon and ends at 10.
Right.
So
but as soon as it gets dark, I just, mostly I don't make sales in the evening. And if people are partying.
That's a show that's the opposite. When it gets 5 o'clock, it's when it gets packed.
Right.
Because it finally cool off, and that's when people come out.
Yeah.
So, but just keep that in mind, because it's 3 days, and it's not that far.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. It's. I just don't think I'm gonna do well there.
Yeah.
And I know we have to try things, but that one definitely doesn't seem like it's a good fit for me.
Just a suggestion.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I did a lot of shows this year, but then I think, oh, what if I stayed home and just did the local artist market? If I make less money, I'm still making more money because I don't have the expenses, the time away, all that. So
That is true.
yeah.
That's what
And
I debating with, because the application for Amy Anders are out, but because she pissed me off so badly, I just don't want to do her shows, and I would like to try some of her newer shows,
mhm,
but I just don't feel like giving her money.
right.
It's just and it's a shame because I really was thinking about doing that before Paul Clinton, and then that thing Paul Clinton throw me off big time.
Mhm.
So, because I would love to stay at home because then I can do the installations at the same time
Right.
than doing the shows and not be totally out of it. But
Mhm.
we'll see.
Hey, Oscar,
Yeah,
if you could eliminate the emotion out of this decision, and only like thought selfishly, like do
Like
it, just
everybody
do
else does.
like you would do it because for yourself, as opposed to interacting with these people, is that a possibility?
no, the things like with the thing with Amy Ander was that I don't, the first time it happens, like and this is for everybody. I just think if you go to a show and they put you in a bad spot, and and it's not, in my case, it was not a bad spot. It was that the sponsor was playing
Mm-hmm.
music really loud, and I couldn't talk to people
Mm-hmm.
properly.
That's a bad spot.
Well, it's a bad spot because the sponsor, that particular sponsor. So they moved the sponsor out of there, but they put the music station there.
Ugh.
So it's a worse spot.
It's a worse spot now. So why? I don't, and I specifically told her an email that don't put me next to music. And
They
I
did it
just,
anyway.
they do it anyway. I just think that it's a lack of respect.
Totally.
There should be no bad spots at any show. Period.
So that's my real problem with that. It was not so much about, because they're going to do it again and they keep doing it, They move
To
the
you,
stage.
And
What?
if it's not you, it's somebody else that'll
It's
get it.
somebody else.
well, but do you think that if you wanted to do an Amy show that they would put you by music again?
Probably not, but I don't know. They did that to Steve and Daryl and and George and Paul.
And
They
Ringo.
always putting in the other side with the music 3 years in a row. They bought a real this thing to put the music, read the volume of the music. They show it to them and they didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
So if they do it to people that do several shows with them, a person that jury the show with them, what you think they're going to do it to anybody else? That's the thing, and the thing is like you cannot say anything because then the other artist gets pissed off at you because you're complaining in a public space. I post something in my personal page and somebody put something in her page, and that's the only reason why they went to talk to me on Sunday at 2:30. But at that point, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just wanted to finish the show and cool off. I ain't having my second best show of the year in there, but it was not because of them. It was because one of my clients in installation came and bought a couple big pieces for me.
Yeah, and you didn't need that show to make that sale.
Yeah, So it's not. It's just frustrating, you know.
Sounds it.
And it's not like and I just don't. I don't know how to put it to in a nice way that they shouldn't be doing that. But
They shouldn't be doing that. You just tell them.
I told them that they don't have the footage and the show to put a music stage. There's no good place to put the music stage in there. But and the response was, if we didn't put the music stage, you don't have nobody in the show.
That's ridiculous.
That was the answer.
You're talking about the same promoter that puts people up steps in loading docks?
Yep.
If there's an inch of space, they'll sell it.
That's one of the reasons why I love Patty. And then I did a show with her at Boca Raton last year, and I got invited, and I last minute decided not to do it because I remember everything that happened at that show. And didn't affect me directly, but I don't want to be necessarily associated with a show like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey, Oscar, Winter Park has some bad spaces too.
no, I know that. I know that. And the comments were quite listed. I would ask.
Over by the railroad tracks.
Yeah. That's what I know. I know who to ask if a good spot or bad spot and say yes or no before I pay the booth fee. Because it's not cheap neither. But the one, but we see.
I
Yeah,
think
I've had
it's so
some bad spots,
unreasonable. I think it's unreasonable that there are bad spots. It's not like you're getting a discount on your booth. And plus, you want the best spot so you can, take care of business. And
Yeah.
I think that's, I don't know if that's something that, NAIA can start to, suggest, you can't make anyone do anything, but I just don't get it. Like,
Winter Park could put the whole show on the street and have the booths facing each other instead of just on one side and in the park.
Yeah.
A straight line show. No bad spaces.
Right.
Yeah,
there's still a stage. There's still a
Put the
stage and there's
stage in the
music.
park.
And music.
Put that in the park.
It is in the park.
But the booths
Right.
should all be in the street.
Here's the thing. The show's really basically divided in half. And then the one half is far away from the music, and the other half is near the music, but there's a certain line of the music hits a few booths directly, and I was in that space, and I complained because they start out playing not that loud, and then of course in two songs they're playing so loud that you can't talk to anybody.
Right. It's a huge issue because it affects your bottom line. You're there to do business. I mean,
no, but they don't care at that point. They already make the money, so you have to make the best out of it, and that's the problem with. Same reason why I want to do Bayou City anymore is because of that. Because I don't. There's some shows that I don't do because they put people in bad spots. They should not have people in there.
You know what? I won't even apply to Kansas City anymore because I'm afraid I'll get one of those spots, And I read what people write, and it's like they don't care. They'll still just do it.
I mean, it's just disturbing that there's no action on that front as far as caring about that. That just it's so much time and effort to do a show that, with all things being equal, everyone should have equal opportunity, to do good business. I mean, we know we could do really good shows and have lousy, our sales aren't good, and that's a different story. But yeah, just
what you're saying, Allison, is to me is like if I do a show, I want to walk out of the show feeling okay. It was the only reason why I didn't do well is because it was not my market. When you walk out of the show and you start wondering, well, if I have a better parking, I think I was next to the music stage, could have done better, or
right.
XYZ. When you start, other than there's not the market and it was bad weather, everything else should not be. It should not be a factor in the business,
Right. Because we're paying a booth fee. We are, buying our booth, and if you have a lousy location, it's not like you get a discount. And so, it's outrageous, really. By the way, since COVID, some shows have well, like Old Town, you have 5 feet between each other, which is very nice because you can then have a far corner. You could be open. Park City, it's all corners. Like there's quads of booths, so everyone has a corner, even though it's just down the street, up and down the main street. So, there have been some good changes. I don't mind an inline booth personally, but it's nice to have, to be open on 2 sides so people can have their elbow room. And but I hear of these shows where you can't do business because of music, and they're still charging you for a booth.
Yeah, no. And that's my problem with Amdor. But other than that, I love their staff. I love how she runs the shows. But it's the booth placement and everything else going on that it throw me off.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why I'm thinking about it because I got a friend asking me about what shows to do with her this year, and I'm trying to give him the best advice I can, and not think about my personal experience about it.
Right.
So.
But I'd want to know that. Oh, you might get a lousy booth.
That would be his problem at that point.
Mm-hmm. Anyone hear about La Quinta? Speaking of, I understand that there's some booths that are in a very bad location. I don't know. I've never done the show.
Are you doing the one in March?
No, I'm asking. It just happened. If anyone has heard about it.
I know. The only people that I know that did it was Douglas and Will, I think.
Right.
I was encouraged to, when I was in La Fiesta, somebody told me that I should apply to that show, the one in November.
Right.
They said if you do the one in November, it's a good chance you can get into the one in March later on. I don't know how true is that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. The November one is newer.
Yeah.
In March, you get all the snowbirds. I don't know what the scene is in November there.
I did.
Yeah, the thing is, it's too far.
I did
That's
it
far
once.
for you. You did?
3,200 miles. I drove from Naples to La Quinta, but that was the old location, and there was only one show.
Right.
And the thing about it is, I did okay. When you talk about bad spots, well, if you're not exactly along the pathway, it's considered bad, but it's not a bad. They're not bad spots. At least, well, I can't speak to the new location and the new people that run it. I just know what.
And it's 20% commission.
Yeah, that's right. Great.
It does not go to a nonprofit or anything.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get 20% of a big amount than a booth fee and have it be 25 or 30% of my business. So the 20% doesn't bother me. Plus, you can rate there. You can charge anything. You can raise your prices. Those people, you know, their their viewpoint is skewed because they can buy anything they want. Those
Well,
gated communities there.
I mean, supposedly anyone can buy what they want if they're, coming to these art fairs, but it doesn't, those are the people asking for the discounts, right?
No, I don't think at La Quinta the people were
But I mean, in general,
at La
like the
Quinta
Exxon
you
story.
could really hike the prices up and it's not going to affect anything. So you could actually make up that 20%.
Right. I
What
don't
I
like to do
found
that.
was what I found was the people that did really well, they had built up a clientele. It was repeat buyers, and they came every year to buy from that person. I only did it once, so I had all newbies. And I didn't go back because it's too far to drive. Hey, Allison, I want to stay home and do weekend shows
What?
like you.
Sorry,
Oh,
I didn't hear
I,
you.
I want to stay at home. I want to be like you and stay at home and only do local shows and not have to go anywhere.
Well, it's a gamble one way or another, right? This year I did all these shows and, you know, I think for a lot of people, it's not been necessarily the best year, but it's a gamble to try the other
Yeah.
way as well.
It's risk reward.
Mm-hmm.
The risk being what the amount of money you have to put out and the time and the
Right.
effort when you
That's
go
true.
somewhere. Versus, I mean, you're right. You probably do less business staying at home, but you
My
just get up in the morning and you drive over there and then
My
you drive
expenses are
home.
$100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that means something because your expenses go into like when you went to
All over the
lakefront,
place.
Milwaukee lakefront. Think about those
Yeah.
expenses,
Right.
how much more
Exactly.
you have to do to balance
Mhm.
that out. So
Right. Exactly. I mean, here, you never know who's gonna walk by.
yeah. Is it new customers every week because different people are visiting there? Or they're
So there's that, but then there's also local people. So it's a
Yeah.
mix. And I think seeing like the locals seeing me time and again might be a good thing.
Yeah. If they buy from
So-
you once and they need a present or a wedding present or something, hey, let's go see Allison.
Yeah, it's mostly for themselves, really.
Yeah,
You
but there
know,
could be
well, people often don't buy presents because it's such a specific style that, unless, I mean, maybe a spouse can do
Mhm.
that if they know
Yeah.
their partner, but
Anniversary.
generally it's people buying for themselves, they're in town and
Mhm.
but I have to say, most people are very pleasant, and also there's like if people can't afford it, they're very nice about it. It's not like, oh, it's too expensive. I don't hear any of that. And so there's really, I've heard this from other people that there's no cap, on costs in this town.
There's no what?
There's no cap. It's not like, oh, you can only sell things up to this price point.
Okay.
It's definitely much more open. I mean, you can go into a gallery, and in fact, there's a gallery that I like that's right near the market that I do, and they have like $900,000 sculptures.
Oh, this is not even for me.
Hmm?
Uline keeps sending this book. They send me. I always get two of the books from them, and one's for the people that used to own the building, and one is for me. So I'm going like, I want to get in the book again. Oh,
So is it winter where
Winter.
everyone is, except for Kaylee?
no, yeah, I
No.
still, I still dressing with just a summer, a spring sweater. It's not being cold yet. It's not hit the 30 degrees.
Ah,
Yes, it is.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
still wearing shorts. Barry, you wearing shorts?
No,
Say that you need to move south, Barry.
in the 30s.
30s, yeah. In the 40s here it gets really cold at night. And
Yeah.
if I do the artist market on Saturday, it's gonna be like 24 in the morning.
Yeah, that's a little too cold to be out standing in one place outside.
Just
At least the
bring a
tent-
propane heater.
I'm not bringing a propane heater, but I have the hand warmers.
Yeah, a gas-powered propane heater, that'll be really
Right.
good. That'd stink up the joint.
Right.
No, you can buy
And you
one
gotta
for
run it off a generator.
Oh, yeah, there you go. For 5
Yeah.
hours, by the way.
Yeah.
No, you can get one of those Ryobi ones that you put a propane tank, one of those from the barbecue, and warm it up really nicely. But you can also put the Jackery to work and see if that helps.
That's right.
Oh. But again, it's only 5 hours, so, you know,
No,
I don't know that it's,
Go to one of the hunting fishing stores or catalogs and get the electric socks and
oh,
vests.
yes, a friend of mine has the vest, actually. She likes that very much.
the what?
There's
A
electric
vest?
vest. Electric vest that has heating elements like across the back and
Yeah, you plug it into a 110 outlet.
no, it has a battery pack.
Actually, Milwaukee makes one. There's a jacket. It's really nice, but it costs $200. And works
I
with
also
a
I also
small
really,
info.
sorry,
No,
and it,
go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, I also really hate the cold. So I don't have to go outside to work, and I can go to a gym to exercise. But I just, and it's not that cold out right now. In fact, during the day, it's when the sun is out, it's pretty nice, but I really, I grew up in the Northeast and I don't like the cold. But we've had a very long fall. I mean, I feel very lucky that up until just a couple days ago, it's really been very mild. 60s during the day.
I have to tell you that talking about exercise, I'm telling Valerie, she's my doctor. She goes say, yeah, I finished physical therapy. It's okay, and I gained some weight, and I need to lose some weight. They told me I need to go to the gym. And just going like, why you saying it like that? You sound like it's going to be torture for you. It's more about making the time to go to the gym. It's not like just go.
Maybe your insurance will pay for a trainer. And then if you have an appointment,
No.
with the trainer, then you have to go.
No, I go. I got to go. It's not a good. I need to. We was talking about it, and I thought I need to go make the time because if not, everything that I did to get out of the problem is going to come back. So
Yeah.
I need to
Hey,
get myself in good shape.
Speaking of going, I gotta go.
Yeah, we all do.
Yes.
Oops.
5:30.
Yeah.
5:30 is 4:30.
Yeah, right. We lost an hour.
So I gotta go. So see
Happy
you guys next
Thanksgiving,
week.
everybody.
Yes, you as
Same
well.
for you, Barry. Larry. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Bye.
Have a good one.
All right, bye.